Now I'm making for the Perfect Marble Cheesecake Brownies because this is going to be a really chocolatey taste of the brownies, and the cheesecake batter is going to be so moist, and hopefully you're going to love this. The first thing, I preheat the oven for 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to make sure the oven is nice and hot. You're going to take 8-inch square pan. You're going to line it with aluminum foil. Just want to make sure to overlap it, and spray it with non-stick cooking spray. Or easy to release from the pan after it's baking. We're going to start with the brownie base. I have 8 tablespoons of melted butter. Then we're going to put a half a cup of natural unsweetened cocoa. And I'm just going to use a whisk. And now I'm going to put in, I'm going to be using about 3/4 cup of firmly packed light brown sugar. Why I like to break in the brown sugar after it's just firmly packed. Gonna make sure, see the sugar has to be on the cocoa in the butter. And we're gonna throw in about 2 large eggs, make sure it's room temperature. I'm just gonna put in 1 egg at a time. And you can see the yolks just breaking over. You can do by 2 in it, and you can, to see it get might be easier. I'm just gonna pick the last. I'm also going to put a half teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Now, normally you're going to put a 4 teaspoons of kosher salt. I'm using salted butter that I use it for the melted butter, so I'm not going to put it in the salt. If you're using unsalted butter, just put a 4 teaspoons of kosher salt. I decided I'm going to rise up the brownies for just a little bit. I'm going to put about 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And just keep whisk all around. I'm going to switch to the rubber spatula from the wire whisk. Before I'm going to fold it into the flour, I'm going to put a half a cup of unbleached all-purpose flour. I'm just going to get everything flour incorporate. Almost turn into the brownie. You gotta make sure to scrape in the sides of the bowl occasionally, side by side, and the bottom. We're almost there for the brownie. I'm going to put about a 1/4 cup that I melted with the semi-sweet chocolate chips. This is going to be a smooth brownie of beautiful chocolate. And just fold the chocolate in the brownie, making sure to stir it around. So we got the brownie batter just almost getting the base. I'm going to reserve a 1/4 cup of the brownie batter. I'm going to use about a 1/4 cup measurement to reserve this. And I can use this with scraps of the melted chocolate in the other bowl. I'm going to make sure to use this spoon to get everything before I'm going to swirl it to marble for the cheesecake batter. And I like to use about for the additional tablespoons, which makes about 5 or 6 tablespoons. I'm going to see how that goes to marbleize. I think I reserved about a 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon, which makes about 5 tablespoons. Hopefully that's going to be perfect. And let's go for the cheesecake batter. Alright, let's move on for the cheesecake batter. I'm going to put it into a separate bowl. I have 8-ounce packages of Philadelphia original cream cheese that I brought to room temperature. And you're going to put about a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. I'm going to mix with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to get this to thicken up, because the cornstarch inside with the sugar to mix over the cream cheese batter will stays and don't want to overflow. Here's the cornstarch goes mixed inside with the sugar. Let's put that into this cream cheese, and we're going to get that beating. I'm going to add 1 large egg, room temperature. Get the egg beating going. and 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Okay, make sure till it's smooth, the cheesecake batter. Just get it smooth. You have to get a rubber spatula to scrape all the sides. And we're going to wait to assemble. To assemble, you're going to pour the remaining brownie batter that goes into the prepared pan. Can you see that the brownie really thickened? Almost turned light. Gotta use this to smear that for the brownie. Probably still thick here, almost. Get that layer of the brownie. Spread it very evenly. First layer of the remaining brownie batter, just to get the base. Now I'm going to follow by for the cheesecake batter. And spread it on the first layer of the brownie base, just remaining one. And don't forget, last but not least, the reserved brownie batter. I'm going to dollop with a spoon, a little by little once. Has been already reserved. Extra spaces of the brownie, I'm just give this to marbleizing on. I'm going to give this to marbleize using a toothpick, or you can use it with the butter knife. Doesn't have to evenly distribute for the marble size of the swirling. Just you want to get everything swirling for the brownie onto the cheesecake after it's just been layered. Just perfectly for marbleizing for the brownie on the cheesecake batter. The oven's just waiting for me. I'm going to pop this in the oven. Has been already preheated for 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to bake it for 30 minutes until the cheesecake is set. I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks. Here we are, guys. Look at this one. After it's 30 minutes in the oven for 380 degrees, and you can see the brownies and the cheesecake just always rise up for just a quick moment, a little bit. Now the next thing, you're going to turn the oven off like I did to turn off. You're going to crack the door open just a little, and I'm going to use a wooden spoon to hold the oven door. That helps to stays to get that rest for the cheesecake in the oven while it's still hot inside. I'm going to let the cheesecake batter, actually put the cheesecake brownie in the oven, let that rest while it's still hot for 40 minutes. I'm going to keep setting the timer over and I'll come back. Alright then, I just took it out from the oven after it's resting for 40 minutes, and I just put it on a rye rack, removing the wooden spoon off the oven door. I'm just going to let that cool at room temperature for another 40 minutes. We're going to make sure to keep an eye on it. Now, like I said for you, after 40 minutes at room temperature on the cooling rack, I'm going to give you guys a closer look about the brownies on top of the cheesecake batter. Actually, you can see about still cracking it that I kept after it's just swirled around using with a toothpick or a bamboo skewer. But I think that should be alright. You're going to cover tightly with some plastic wrap, and you're going to refrigerate for 1 hour. You're going to be love this of the cheesecake brownies. I'll be back and I'll give you guys or just a maybe on the individuals. After it's just chill, you're going to take it out of the refrigerator like I did before. You're going to put it on the countertop. You're going to remove it, the plastic wrap. Lift it up from the pan. Comes around really easily. And you're just going to put this on the cutting board. You're just going to peel off the aluminum foil. Just like that. And now we're going to cut it into 16 squares. Just how it looks like a beautiful brownie on the cheesecake. Here it is. A just perfectly marble I'm gonna give you guys a closer look. Look at all those brownie inside of the cheesecake. Just marbleized that I just swirled that around. And here's the finished Perfect Marble Cheesecake Brownies. If you're interested for more recipes, write down in the comments below if you want to say something. Make sure to view all videos you watch before sharing. Give it a big thumbs up for A1. As always, enjoy. Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to Worldwide Campus News and Entertainment. Then ring the bell to see all notifications about the new videos and the latest video.